Today, the bull's even in the water today. Yeah, gives them a relief from the flies on their legs. Yeah. I sprayed them for flies a few days ago, or a couple days ago anyway. And that helps their head and their top a little bit. It doesn't do much for their legs because when they walk in the water, I think they wash off the fly spray. This gives them some relief from the heat and the flies. Yeah. But no matter what I do, they'll always have some flies to deal with. That's the nature of a cow. They're going to attract flies one way or another. And then their manure attracts flies too. Yesterday evening I put this old cattle rub back up again. It was up over here hanging for a long time. It's kind of disintegrated, but give them something. I'll go ahead and I put a little bit of oil and insecticide on it yesterday, and I'll just add some more. It's better than nothing. In the future I might buy a new one if I think it helps. Can't hurt, I guess. Can't hurt. I think they like rubbing on it anyway. Well, it didn't fall down yet, so I'm expecting those ropes to break there or there. They always do when they're old like this. Anyway, I'll come back tonight and check it again. Oh, Bully, came out of the water, huh? Okay. I'm gonna go cut some grass now, Bully. Yeah, let's see what I can get done today. Oh, look, the flies on that leg. I think that's why he stands in the water. Yeah, I would too if I was him. Okay. Those girls look cooler under there too. Hello, girls. Stay cool in there while you can. Yeah. Yeah. They look comfortable. Now look at that old pond. Actually, that pond's newer than the one by the house. This was dug later. But over the years, it got filled in again. And now it's real shallow. And look at the scum growing on it. Some kind of something, I don't know, moss or I don't know what that is. But the cows don't hang around in there too much. For one thing, it's too hot. There's no shade trees. But they may or may not drink out of it. I don't know. Oh well. I'll get water up here. I'll close this gate since cattle are all over there now. Because I brought the lawnmower out from under there, bring it out to the top by the truck, fill it with gas, and now I'm ready to cut some grass with it. Today I'm cutting grass first along here in front of the house here, in front of my driveway. Nice clouds. Yeah, clouds provide a little shade. The sun's coming out again. I sprayed this area in here, in the middle here, where the rock's supposed to be. I sprayed it, so I'm not going to mow this, but I mow everything up there and up through here. And then I go out on the road and mow on both sides of the road. And then I'll drive down to the big pasture and mow the fence along the road too. All right, let's get it started. Lawnmower's ready to go. Well, I got this cut. Didn't take long. I left a little pile over there. I left a little pile over here. And I left a little pile over there. When it dries, I'll rake it up. Okay, now for the road. Stuff was pretty thick. You know when I should cut it when it's a little shorter. You know, I have a pile, 3 piles to rake up. These 2 and a small one over there. I don't know what's going on over there. They got big tanks of water or big tanks of some kind of liquid. Maybe this neighbor here is going to spray this field for weeds. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. Yeah, that's probably what he's going to do, spray it for weeds. That's my guess. Well, I guess I'll wait and see. Now I'm going to cut both of this sides of this road here, at least up to my boundary. And the same over here. Can't really mow in this ditch here because the last time the township mowed it, they left a big rut in the middle there because it was muddy, and I don't want to get stuck in that big rut. So I'll just cut the edge by the road. I already sprayed this once when I sprayed the fence. It looks like it's growing back again, so I'll be spraying this again too with weed killer up on the hill and near the fence back there. Okay, back in the saddle again. No sooner than I sat down, I saw the sprayer back there. That's a big one. Man, that's wide. Yeah, they're spraying this bean field here. I'm gonna get out of here because wind's from the west, so I don't want to get sprayed on. I'm gonna go down to the big pasture and mow that first. Yeah, that wind will carry that spray right onto me while I'm mowing this, and I don't want to be breathing it. Look how wide that is. Takes almost half that field there in the end. I'll watch it for a while, then I'm going to head down to the big pasture and cut down there. Yeah, as soon as he gets up to the top of this hill, I'm going to take off before he gets too close to me. Ready? Oh, here comes another branch. Yeah, he'll be pretty close by the time he gets up here. Here he comes. Okay, that's enough. Okay, I gotta go. Well, that sprayer, big sprayer, almost caught up to me, but I avoided it at the last second, at the last minute. Yeah, he got to the end of the field by the time I was moving away, so that was good. I avoided the spray. All right, I'm ready to start this. I'm not going to cut the inside because I cut it with the sickle mower, and the cattle are eating it. So, but I'm going to I'm going to cut this in sections. This section here on the end, and then the middle section, and then the end section. Yeah, so I'll cut them separately. And the first cut, I'm going to blow it that way, away from the fence, and the next 2 cuts, I'm going to blow it toward the fence. Yeah. It worked last time, and it's going to work again this time. And I might cut the pasture road here too. Yeah. But I'm going to cut this first. Get this big part done. There's some nice big clouds today. There and here. So I might get right now I'm in the shade of the cloud. So that'll help. Yeah, right here. It looks like it's coming back though. Yeah, that'll give me some relief if I get a cloud or two to cover the sun while I'm doing this. That's good. If not, I'll just have to bear with it. Well, this first section's done. I made up one. I ended up going three cuts here. First one, second one, third one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the grass really wasn't that tall. It's easy to cut. I probably could have waited. But it's okay. Looks better this way. Oh, now I'm going to cut that middle section. Now I cut this big long section here. I'm just going to cut up to the post. Or should I cut to the post, or should I cut? I'll cut up to this post where it makes a turn. That's where I'll end. Not to the big post, but to the post where it turns and goes to the left. I'll end my cut there. Yeah. Let's see how it turns out. This is what it looks like from the middle while I'm cutting it. I wasn't paying attention, and I went and passed that post where it turns. I went to this big power pole anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna start going that way now. But I'm gonna do it a little different. Before I was just cutting this from here, here. But this time I'm gonna start from the outside and work my way in. Yeah, I think that'll work better. That way it'll all blow toward the fence. Boy, it's hot. I got no relief from the sun either. No clouds covering my sun. Or the sun. Okay. One more section to cut down there. Let's get to it. I'm not going to cut everything to the ditch like I did for this first two sections. On this section, I'm just going to cut maybe right where the pole is, or maybe a little bit farther out from the pole and down, trying to keep it even. Yeah, I still like to do something with all those elderberries trying to grow back over there, but I got a feeling when they get real big, the township is going to have it mowed. So I'll just forget about that. Maybe I need to plant elderberries someplace where I can actually maintain them. I have to think about that. Yeah, I don't have many places to spare. Well, I made the first cut. I'm gonna make the second cut. I'll try to estimate it and get it far enough out so it matches everything. And the cattle are out eating grass here again on this side. Yeah, this grass grew back pretty good through all the. You can still see the cut stuff laying on top. It's going right through it. Or if it's not growing through it, it's growing underneath it and pushing it up slowly. If it's thick enough to be pushed up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, here's some more coming out from the creek behind that dead tree. Yeah. They're munching away. Actually, I'm impressed how this white clover's growing this year. Yeah, it's a lot thicker than it was before. Yeah, seems like it. Yeah, but I'm glad they got white clover to eat besides the grass. That's good. Okay, I gotta get going. Get something done. Looks like I had some shade. But I can see the sun's coming back, coming at me. Yeah, clouds moving and exposing the sun again. Well, at least I had a shade for a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, let's get back to mowing. Well, I did a pretty good job. Made it a little bit wider here than I did on the other end because it is wider. And I did what I could to go around the elderberries. Maybe if I mark it out, maybe they won't mow it. But there won't be no blooming this year. If they produce anything, it'll be next year when they bloom. If they don't get cut down, I'm gonna go down and get a view from the other end. Well, I did what I could. Yeah, these are all elderberries in here. New growth. Yeah, that little there. I went around that one. The others is too close to the ditch. I didn't want to get stuck in there. So I'll just wait and see what the road township people do when they mow the rest of the ditch. Yeah. Maybe if I mowed the ditch here, maybe they wouldn't bother it, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to mow that ditch. It's too deep for me. Anyway, there's the cattle spreading out. They like to eat in a group though, or that's what they call it, herd. They like to eat as a herd. They're not spreading out too much. I think they use each other's tail to switch the flies away. That's what I think. They keep the flies moving by their tail switching. That's just my imagination, maybe. Anyway, I'm done. Let's head back. Oh, I'm gonna mow the pasture road up to the bridge anyway. Yeah. And some here. Make it look neater. Well, I mowed all this fresh grass underneath the fence, and some of it blew out there. So when they get to here, they might even start eating some of that since it's fresh. The last time I did that, how did I do it? I mowed it, let it dry up, and then I blew it. Yeah, then I blew it across, I think. Yeah, but by then it was ready dried up, and it just laid here. They didn't even touch it. Yeah. I thought if I let it dry up as hay, like hay, and then I blew it over there, it would they would eat it. But I think they like it better when it's fresh. Okay, let's head back to the other end. Oh, this area is very bumpy. Look at the calves, they're relaxing out there. They like this partial. Oh, I'll get some shade from the cloud again. Oh yeah, that feels better. Yeah. Oh, without them clouds, that sun is pretty strong. There's a bunch of elderberries of the neighbors. Yeah, there's a bunch of elderberries. That's how tall they get. Yeah, about as tall as me. Yeah. But, and there's some more on the ditch up there, halfway to partway to my house, on their side. I harvested some there a couple of years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and they're growing back again. If nobody cuts them, they keep growing back. But when they get cut, it takes a while for them to come back. Anyway, cattle are enjoying themselves. Oh, they're eating in that wet spot now. Yeah, they're munching away, keeping it mowed down. Yeah, at least they got enough to eat this summer. Yeah, luckily it's not too dry yet, but who knows? The hot weather hasn't shown up yet, even though it's in the 90s today. And I think the rest this weekend is supposed to be in the mid-90s or more. Yeah, mid-90s. So I don't know if it's going to be as hot as it was the week before. But hot is hot. But after a while, you kind of get used to it. It's just like winter. When it first gets cold, even if it's just 40 or 50, that feels very cold. But when it gets down to 0, and it's 0 for a while, 40 feels like a heat wave. That's just the way it is. It's all about acclimating to the temperature. All right, head to the other end now. Oh, cattle. Yeah, she's as big as her mama. That's her mama there. That's her mama's fifth calf right there. No, fourth. That's her fourth. That brown one is her fourth calf, and she's a 2-year-old heifer, and I'm hoping she gets bred this year to have a calf next year as a 3-year-old. Look at the bull's watermark. I think they all have a watermark. At least the bigger ones do. Yeah, they're munching away at that greener stuff there in the middle, in that low spot. It's a wet spot there. And there's the yearling bull from last year. And here's the other 2 yearling bulls from last year. 3 yearling bulls last year. And this year I got 5 calves. The first one was a heifer, and then 2 bulls, and then 2 heifers. So I got 3 heifers and 2 bulls this year. And that was a heifer who had a calf this year, her first calf. And that red one was a heifer who had her first calf this year. That's why I got 5. But I'm going to be selling that striped one over there with her 2 offspring. This one, I think it's that little one right there, right behind her. Yeah, the smaller one, the brown one. Yeah, because I just got to make room so they don't I don't want to overstock this pasture here because it can only hold so many. Yeah, but like I said, she'll be taking her place next year. The one I sell, she'll be the replacement heifer because she'll be having a calf next year. So that should give me 4 calves here. Yeah, I think 4. No, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it'll still be 5. It'll still be 5 because yeah, I'm getting rid of 1, but I'm gaining 1. All right, that's right. It'll still be 5 calves next year. Okay, they're all doing okay. When they get too hot, they'll go back to the creek and cool off in the water. And I'm headed back to the other end to do some more cutting down there. Oh, this is the first section that I cut. And I'm going to cut the pasture road up to the bridge. Looks like the big bull's taking a break. I guess he got overheated in the hot weather. Oh, flies are biting right through me. Okay, this area's cut. I cut a cut along here. There ain't much to cut here. Then I open the gate and cut over there. So that ain't much. Ain't much at all. Okay. Well, I got it mowed all the way up to the gate. Then I opened the gate. Yeah. Cattle are on the move again. I think they're working their way back to the creek. That's what I'm thinking. They came out, went down that way to eat, and now they're coming back. Slowly returning to the creek as they eat. Okay. Oh, getting hot. I got a little section down there to do yet. I'm done. Yeah, this won't take long. Oh, I still got to mow the grass, the road by the house. But that won't take long either. Hey, look at that. I just noticed it. Look at the shadow of the gate. Shadow of the gate. It's not quite up and down, but it's pretty close. Remember, it's July already, so around June 21st, it might have been. I should have checked that. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I should have checked that. That should have been straight up and down. There wouldn't have been any gaps in the pipes of the gate on the ground. Yeah, I'll do that next year when it's June 21 and when the sun's straight overhead. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, by winter time though, the sun will be so far to the south in December that the shadow of that gate will stretch all the way over to here somewhere. Probably. I'll have to check that out too, if I remember. Anyway, let's get this finished. Okay, that's cut. Looks like the bull went down into the pond, or down into the creek. Looks like the bull already went into the creek. Yeah, I saw him walk in, but I can get my phone out fast enough. Yeah, it looks like they're headed back into the water also. Bully was the first. Blackie's next. Blackie came in. They're here, they're all going now. Yeah, I said, let me get some of that water. Hot. Let me get in the shade too. There they go. There's the big ones. Bigger ones always going first. Yeah. There comes the, yeah. The little ones will always stay off to the back. And so does that white cow. She don't, I don't see her in the water very much, if at all. She might come in. And the calves came in the other day. Yeah, cat, I think it was yesterday, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was yesterday. I saw the calves in the water. Let's see what she does. See if she'll go in, the white one. Yeah, there they are. Let's get a better view. Too bad they don't have no shade. Yeah, it'd be nice if they, if I was them, I'd walk in farther, but I think there must be something in here that keeps them from coming in this far. I don't think it's too deep. I don't think it's too much deeper. But there must be some rocks in here that they don't like. I think it's the leftover riprap that got flushed down when this my original bridge or crossing got washed out. That's a remnant of it right there. That concrete. And that concrete over there, and that concrete there along the side. That's a remnant. There's a little bit of riprap too. That's what was left over. Because my original bridge was just a layer of riprap, and then I poured a layer of concrete with no rebar or anything. I just put the concrete on top of the riprap. I thought that would be strong enough, but I had that big culvert. The big sections of culvert there. I don't know what the size is. 18 inches maybe. I don't know. It was more than 12. I think it might be 12. Anyway, I thought that'd be enough. I was trying to imitate that one they had down there on the road. That's what I was trying to do, but I guess I didn't. Somehow the water got under the concrete and broke it all apart, flushed it out, and some of the riprap might have got flushed down here too. Anyway, that's when I put this big bridge in. I figured this was not going to wash away. Yeah, it would be nice if they had some shade. If they wanted some shade, they could go into the little pond over there in the morning. They got shade there. But I think this is more convenient, and it's only temporary until they cool off. And oh, that white cow did come in. How about that? My arm gave away. Couldn't hold the phone. Lost the strength in my arm for a second. Anyway, there they are, all cooling off in the water, even the white one. Okay, I'm almost done. I just got to go back and cut the grass on the road in front of the house. All right, let's head back home. Yeah, I like that lawnmower. These other balers are got the green berries on now. When they turn blue or dark purple or blue, they'll be ripe. but they're not ripe now. It's going to be a while. I'm ready to cut the couple cuts on each side of the road here. And I'll spray the ditch. Or some of the ditch. The one on this end I should be able to mow up to the fence in the lower spot. Yeah, I'll mow it all the way down to my boundary. Yeah, but I just noticed something. Looks like the neighbor cut this section here for me. I don't know why. That's not his. Yeah, my boundary's this pole right here. Power pole. Anyway, saves me the trouble, I guess. All right, let me get cutting on this one now. Okay, this is cut. I gotta cut a little bit more down on the other end by the gate. Then I'll be done. Okay, I mowed enough. Time to put the lawnmower away. And these elderberries, I picked some here a few years ago, but yeah, that same year after I got done picking, or even before I got done, there's still a few that I was waiting to ripen. And township came along and mowed them all down. It took a couple years for them to grow back, or 2 or 3 years anyway. But they got a few berries on them again. Yeah, I might get some harvest off of these. Look, these are late because look, they're still blooming. The other ones down the road, they already got green berries on them. These just starting to set seed. So it'll be a while. Oh, there's some Queen Anne's lace there, the short ones. Yeah, I used to like those when we were kids. They don't have no smell too much, but they look pretty. That's why they call them Queen Anne's lace. Anyway, that's the elderberries I got close to the house here. And way down there, I should find a place to plant some around here. Okay, let's go park my lawnmower and be done for today. Well, it reached 90 degrees at 1:30 p.m. So it's another warm one, but I'm done. I'm done today. I can rest the rest of the day now. Oh, I see 2 cattle taking a break in the shade. I'm just guessing, but maybe the other 2 are in the pond. I don't feel like looking, so. But I am going to do something though. Now that I'm finished with the lawnmower and put it away, I can open this gate up again so they can come in here and eat again. Even the cat's napping in the shade. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna do it inside my air-conditioned house. We check out the garden first. Yeah, I think that lemongrass on the right, lemongrass on the left, the new one, that's starting to show more green. The one on the right, yeah, I think it's going to survive. The 2 in the back, not sure about them 2 yet. There's a little bit of green. Ground's still moist from the rain we had. It wouldn't hurt to water them again tonight. Anyway, at least I got 2 of them growing in this front. It's going to take I don't know if they'll ever catch up to this other one here. The one in the middle, my original. I can hope. At least it's better than one that I had. Yeah, now I got at least 3 growing. Well, I can see all the dead weeds that I sprayed. Let's keep an eye on some of these. If I see new Jimson weeds grow, I got to go down and spray them. I'm not sure, but I think there's one Jimson right there, and a couple more there. Yeah, there's always new Jimson weeds sprouting up. I got to keep an eye on. I don't want them. I can't let them get big enough to go to seed. That'll just spread more seed. And look, all those back there that I sprayed recently, they're all dead too. Oh, it looks like I missed a big one back. I missed a big weed back there. Oh, I just saw a mosquito land on me, on my hand by the phone. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I might have missed a few. Well, the ones I missed over there are actually what do they call those? I forgot what they're called. They're called milkweed. Yeah, I left those on purpose. But look, some of those over there, right about there, I still see green on them. I must have missed those. Huh. Anyway, whatever I missed, I'll go down there sometime and touch them up. Hit the ones I missed, the ones that aren't dying. But yeah, I got these over here, and I can see the ones that are dying way back there. Yeah, so I got a lot of them. I just missed a few. There's one over here. I think there's one over there. Yeah, look at that pond. Yeah, something growing on it. Not sure what. It's because it's shallow and the water gets warmed up fast. Yeah, I sprayed all of them. I see the one. I see that they're looks like they're dying, but some of them not so sure. Yeah, I know I sprayed them, but they were so big I probably should have sprayed them more. Apply more weed killer to them, but like I said, when I'm go down there and touch them up, like that one over there. Yeah, there's a couple more back there I can see. Yeah, when I touch them up. Oh, look at the walnuts. They're making nuts already. Anyway, I'll touch them up one of these days. Maybe give it another week so I can really tell which ones are dying and which ones aren't. Well, I recently sprayed these weeds here. There aren't that many, but I sprayed them. They look like there's a bunch of new morning glories coming up in the walkway. Brand new morning glories. Yeah, some over there too. Yeah, no matter how many times I spray, there's always new seed coming up. Yeah, but when I clean out the barn, not clean it out, but when I get that one load of old manure out of the barn, eventually, I'm going to put a layer in here and here and here. I'm not sure about there yet, but I'll put one in here and here and here. Those three, yeah. And then I'll think about planting something. Long shadow at 7 p.m. There's Bully. Hey, look at that pond covering the stuff on top of the pond. It looks green now. Earlier today it looked brown or reddish brown. But now it looks green. Oh, I'm back out here. The other cattle, one's there and the other two are over there. Yeah, she's laying out here or out there. And these two are in here taking care of each other. Actually, that's her daughter. Yeah, that's her daughter from a while back. I don't know what year, but yeah. Certainly they like it in here. I don't know why. They just do. I noticed the cattle are doing all their walking under this area here. So what I'm going to do is pull that trough out part way. I want to force them to go under this part because that's the one that I've been treating with the oil. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know if that's going to help, but it'll guide them. Hopefully it'll guide them more. Wish I had a gate. Wish I had another gate. Maybe I do. Let me check. That'll work. Yeah, that'll keep them over in this area here. Yeah. Now that I got that done, let me put some more oil on it. That'll work. I got it tied there and I got it tied on the other end too. Yeah, I put some more of that, with that soap in there, it makes it more like a cream than an oil. Yeah. Anyway, but it worked. Oh, I got it knocked off. I brought those things that were hanging down, tabs that were hanging down. I gotta push them back down so they hang down. Okay, now I'm done. Yeah, maybe that'll help the flies. Yeah, nice reflection. Look at that reflection on the water. No wind, or hardly any wind. Yeah. Oh, something made a ripple. I can see the clouds real good in the reflection. I can't see the sun up there, but I can see the reflection in the water. Oh, it's about a half an hour at the sunset. I'm not going to wait for it. I'm not going to wait for it. This is good enough for me. It's about 7:45 p.m. and the bugs are eating me up. Well, she came down. The only one left in the barn is the old cow. She'll come out whenever she feels like it. And here's the other two. Okay, I'm done for today. That's it. When the sun's hot, I'm sweating a lot just walking around because of the high humidity today. Whew. Yeah, it's humid today, or at least it's humid right now. That's all, folks, for today. There's a good example of a foxtail grass going right through the right through a hole in the old bush hog. See the tufts on the end? Yeah. Do pretty good there. I guess I missed it when I was spraying. These two seem to be getting along a lot better. Yeah. I guess maybe she used to chase him off all the time. That one in there. Yeah. Maybe they're starting to respect him now a little bit. Yeah, but she still keeps her distance, or makes him keep his distance. If he gets too close to her, yeah, she lets him know it. Most of the time. Not always. I think as he gets bigger, she won't be able to push him around. I guess. Well, there's a few clouds. And there's the moon. I forgot to look what quarter it is. It doesn't matter.